Good morning from Bangkok. I'm here with Caleb Meakins. He's just been the keynote speaker, the final keynote speaker at our FIGT conference, and presented an amazing keynote called You Can Change the World. And I thought how some of his experiences and wisdom and encouragement would be of real help and encouragement to some of those emerging leaders that I've been working with over the past few years in some of the parts of the developing world. So Caleb, you've had, thank you so much for the keynote yesterday. It was really brilliant. You're focusing a lot on some of the global challenges that exist, obviously climate change, poverty, inequality, corruption, some of those things that are really on people's hearts and minds. I've been working with a number of sort of emerging leaders, growing their skills, and I wonder what sort of advice and encouragement would you have for them, knowing that they're within a system that they're trying to change, and changing systems within is really hard.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult. Changing mindsets is probably one of the hardest challenges that exist, and around advice I would say it really does start with vision. And if we don't have a vision for what's possible, if we don't have a vision for where we can get to, then motivation, even the pathway of getting there is incredibly difficult to find. So actually, if you know what the destination is, and to get there, I would recommend researching, finding out what root cause solutions are to some of the biggest challenges you're trying to solve, and then working a way of getting to that destination. So I think really work on what is the goal and is it worth chasing. And one interesting way of doing that is asking the question why 5 times.
Again and again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I think I would say.
And then what about when people start, they're back in the system, they've got that vision and they're working towards it, and you just run out of energy, you hit those barriers, and it's really hard. What are the things then? Because sometimes too, in these situations, people don't have mentors available that they can go to. What are the things that keep you going, or that you've seen keep other people going?
I think that's why the starting point of really finding out the why around what you're doing is so important, because when it's deeply rooted, actually when the wind comes, the rain comes, you won't fall away from your main cause. But alongside that, it's also knowing what motivates, and there's a whole bunch of things that motivate, from great people around you who speak positive, who encourage, who bring the best out of you. There's resources that you can consume, whether it's podcasts, talks. There's even just simple tools like breaking down the big tasks that make it feel like an absolute beast to get through. You break it down so that actually it's more accessible and more manageable. And so I feel equipping yourself for the battle, equipping yourself to get to the destination is so key. And so actually figuring out what are the things that I need to, some people, a messy space absolutely clouds their mind. And so simply by organizing what they have gives them the clarity that they needed to actually begin going towards reaching that destination. So I think it's knowing how you're wired. Self-awareness is one of the greatest tools of actually being equipped. So knowing what you need, how you're wired, and then you can figure out when you reach those, and you will reach those challenges and roadblocks along the way, how you get through those roadblocks.
What's the thing that you've found has helped you when you've really hit a downer?
There's particular talks that I listen to of individuals, and not everyone likes them because they're very brash, and then others are very faith-based as well. So there's a mix of listening to podcasts around what I find to be my deeper purpose around faith and my faith in Christianity and that sort of thing. But for the business side, there's a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk, who some people hate. He's like Marmite. But for me, it's really... Marmite,
because some people love him and some people hate
him. Exactly. But for me, he really gives me the kick I need sometimes to go, actually, why am I complaining about this? Or why... Actually, I do want what I'm chasing. And so this kind of talk really just goes, stop messing about and chase after it. And don't be lazy, and work hard. For others, that's not what they need to hear. For others, they just need to hear, good job. And so it's just knowing what it is that you need and there's plenty of resources around those things. So for me, that's a big one. Talking to my sisters and family is a big one. They always speak encouragement to me. They
Yes.
always tell me I can, and when I feel down, they always are there. So I think people and resources are two things we have to see as things that give us life and
Yeah.
can push us forward.
And obviously knowing when to ask for help and reach out
Yeah.
to those resources as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And holding on to the belief that we can change the world.
Absolutely, and taking that from being vague and out there
Yep.
to being real, like
Yep.
breaking that down to know, okay, what does that mean for me? What am
Yes.
I going to be fighting for? What am I fighting against?
And what am I going to be fighting for in the next 6 months, 1 year?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Caleb. Really appreciate your
Thank you,
time,
Trisha.
and I hope that you've all enjoyed listening to him as we did yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you so much.